Did you know that nearly 75% of adults over 65 drink tea daily, believing it's one of the healthiest choices they can make? But here's something that might surprise you. Some teas, especially the ones we've trusted for years, could be quietly harming your brain. That's right. While tea is often praised for its benefits, certain types may actually contribute to cognitive decline in seniors, affecting memory, focus, and even long-term brain health. Now, if you're like my dear friend Margaret, a sharp, vibrant woman in her 70s who swears by her afternoon cup, you might be wondering, how could something so comforting be hurting me? Well, that's exactly what we're going to uncover today. Because senior wellness isn't just about staying active or eating right. It's also about knowing what's really going into your body. So stick around, because in this video, we'll explore 5 teas that could be damaging your brain after 65, and why swapping them out might be one of the best decisions you make for your brain health after 65. And don't worry, we'll also talk about some safer, smarter alternatives that can actually support your mind as you age. Now, let's start with one tea that many of us grew up loving: black tea. You might think black tea is harmless. After all, it's been a breakfast staple for generations. But here's the thing. Black tea is loaded with tannins, natural compounds that can interfere with iron absorption. And why does that matter? Because low iron levels are directly linked to brain fog, fatigue, and even memory lapses, something none of us want as we embrace our wise elder years. Take my neighbor, Robert, for example. At 68, he was sharp as a tack, until he started noticing he'd forget little things, like where he left his keys or the name of his favorite book. His doctor ran tests and found his iron was dangerously low, and his 6-cup-a-day black tea habit was a big reason why. Once he cut back and switched to a gentler herbal blend, his focus improved within weeks. Now, the second tea on our list is one that might shock you: green tea. Wait. Before you panic, hear me out. Green tea is packed with antioxidants, and in moderation, it can be great. But for some seniors, especially those sensitive to caffeine, too much green tea can lead to restlessness, anxiety, and even disrupted sleep, all of which take a toll on your brain over time. Think about it. Sleep is when your brain repairs itself. If you're tossing and turning because of caffeine, you're missing out on that critical restoration. My friend Evelyn learned this the hard way. She drank 3 cups of green tea every afternoon, believing it was helping her stay alert. But by bedtime, her mind was racing, and she'd wake up exhausted. Once she switched to decaf or soothing chamomile in the evenings, her sleep and her memory improved dramatically. And that's just the beginning. There are 3 more teas we need to talk about, ones that might be hiding in your cupboard right now, slowly affecting your cognitive health. But we'll save those for later. Before we go any further, if you're finding this helpful, do us a favor. Hit that like button, share this with a friend who loves their tea, and don't forget to subscribe. Every click helps us create more senior health tips and elderly wisdom to keep you thriving. Now, let's talk about the third tea, one that's often marketed as calming, but could be doing more harm than good. Now, let's talk about a tea that's often praised for its soothing properties: peppermint tea. For many of us, peppermint tea feels like a safe choice. It's caffeine-free, refreshing, and great for digestion. But here's something most people don't realize. Peppermint tea contains menthol, which, in large amounts, can actually lower blood pressure. And while that might sound like a good thing, if your blood pressure drops too much, it can reduce blood flow to the brain, leading to dizziness, confusion, and even memory slips. Take my friend Helen, for instance. She drank peppermint tea every night before bed, thinking it helped her relax. But she started noticing she'd feel lightheaded in the mornings, and her thoughts weren't as sharp. Her doctor traced it back to her tea habit. Once she switched to ginger or lemon balm tea, which don't have the same effect, her clarity returned. Now, the fourth tea on our list is one that might surprise you: licorice root tea. Licorice root has been used for centuries in traditional medicine, but here's the catch: it contains glycyrrhizin, a compound that can raise blood pressure and even lower potassium levels. And why does that matter for your brain? Because high blood pressure is a major risk factor for strokes and cognitive decline. Plus, low potassium can cause fatigue and mental fog, making it harder to stay sharp. My neighbor Frank learned this the hard way. He loved licorice tea and drank it daily, not realizing it was quietly pushing his blood pressure up. After his doctor warned him, he switched to rooibos tea, which has a naturally sweet taste without the risks, and his mind has never felt clearer. Now, let's talk about the fifth and final tea: artificial diet or flavored teas. These teas often come in tempting flavors like peach, vanilla, or berry, but many are packed with artificial sweeteners and additives, things like aspartame or sucralose. And studies suggest that these chemicals may disrupt brain function over time, potentially increasing the risk of memory issues. Think about it. Your brain thrives on natural, wholesome foods. When you pour chemicals into your system, it's like putting the wrong fuel in a car. My cousin Martha used to drink sugar-free flavored teas every day, thinking she was making a healthy choice. But she started struggling with word recall and focus. When she switched to pure herbal teas or lightly sweetened options, she noticed a difference within weeks. Now, you might be thinking, if these teas are risky, what should I be drinking instead? Well, that's exactly what we'll cover next. But before we do, if this information has been helpful, please take a second to like this video and share it with someone you care about. Every share helps spread senior wisdom and keeps our community strong. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're always sharing advice for the elderly to help you live your best life. Now, let's talk about the best teas for brain health, ones that can actually protect your memory and keep your mind sharp as you age. So now that we've uncovered those 5 teas that might be quietly affecting your brain health, let's focus on the good news. There are plenty of wonderful alternatives that can actually support your cognitive function and keep your mind sharp well into your golden years. One of the best choices is ginger tea. Unlike peppermint, ginger gently stimulates circulation without causing blood pressure drops. My friend Louise, at 72, swears by her morning cup of fresh ginger tea. She says it gives her that mental spark to start her day right. The anti-inflammatory compounds in ginger may even help protect brain cells from age-related decline. For those evenings when you want something soothing but safe, chamomile tea is a perfect choice. Unlike caffeinated teas that can disrupt sleep, chamomile contains apigenin, a compound that promotes relaxation and may even support memory consolidation during sleep. My neighbor George, who used to struggle with restless nights, now sleeps like a baby after switching to chamomile, and his morning crossword puzzles have never been easier. Another brain-boosting superstar is rooibos tea. Naturally caffeine-free and packed with antioxidants called aspalathin, this South African treasure helps protect your brain from oxidative stress. What's wonderful about rooibos is its naturally sweet, nutty flavor. No need for artificial sweeteners that could harm your cognition. My yoga instructor Carol, at 68, calls it her liquid brain food and drinks it throughout the day. For those cooler mornings when you crave something hearty, turmeric tea is absolutely worth trying. The active compound curcumin has been shown in studies to help maintain cognitive function as we age. My brother-in-law Mike, a retired professor, starts each day with golden milk, turmeric tea with a dash of black pepper, and warm almond milk. At 70, he's still sharp as a tack, and credits this ritual for keeping his mind clear. Now, I want to leave you with this thought. Small changes really can make a big difference in your senior wellness journey. You don't have to give up tea altogether. Just making smarter choices about which teas you drink can help protect your precious memories and cognitive abilities. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's your favorite brain-healthy tea? Have you noticed any changes after switching your tea habits? Your experiences could help other wise elders in our community make positive changes too. If you found this information helpful, please hit that like button. It really does help spread this important message. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for more life lessons from the elderly and practical advice for the elderly to help you thrive in your retirement years. Remember, my friends, aging is inevitable, but cognitive decline doesn't have to be. With the right knowledge and small daily choices, you can keep your mind sharp and enjoy every moment of your golden years. Here's to your health, happiness, and continued wisdom. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay well, stay curious, and keep steeping those brain-healthy brews.